This thing under my nose is a zit, not a booger. Fellas, elephant in the room, let's get started. I understand the fact that there's not much scientific data backing up the social benefits to not jacking off and ejaculating. I understand that. Primarily because it is almost impossible to measure confidence in human beings, to measure motivation, to measure ambition. That is not something you could put on a piece of fucking paper. So of course there's not many studies. I understand the fact that there are not many, okay? I'm going to be speaking from experiential knowledge, which is knowledge. Experiential science is science, okay? It's a different type of science. But it is science and it is evidence, none the fucking less, okay? I'll say this before we started anything. I had a raging porn addiction for a really long time, 16 to somewhere in my early 20s. Sometimes I watch porn fucking twice a day, especially in college. I was jacking off all the time. And dude, in college, I went to military college. Everybody was very close. Socially, we were very close. You're hearing a guy in the stall next to you jacking off while you're jacking off. It was very strange, okay? But that's just what it was. And that to me was super normal. So I didn't know the damage I was doing to myself. So let's talk about a couple things. First of all, the first link in the description of this video is a 2-hour-long, let's call it a seminar by an acting Freemason, okay? It's a seminar about semen retention. He is going to be speaking in a lot more depth than I am in this video. So you'll notice I speak in a lot of abstracts, I speak very quickly, I speak very generally. It's because I don't have the fucking 2 hours and all the notes that he had in his presentation. I'm just gonna link it for you to watch. If you don't believe anything I'm saying, go watch that presentation and then argue with the things he's saying. And I can tell you from a guy who's watched every minute of it and sent it to my friends and have them say the same thing, the arguments he presents and the historical evidence and things like that he talks about, that shit is impregnable. You cannot argue against it, guys. It is S-tier shit, okay? We're talking about esoteric practices. I didn't even know what that word even fucking meant. We're talking about ancient history. We're talking about the things people have been doing for hundreds, thousands of years. Think about it. How long have human beings been jacking off and busting nuts in their hands? Probably a few hundred years. Nobody's doing this in fucking 1600. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about this. So first of all, so as of today, I haven't jacked off in 30. I haven't busted a nut in 31 days. Okay, and I could attest to the fact that there is a difference that you feel not jacking off and intentionally not jacking off to save your semen. If you are in a state of depression, if you're busy, if you join the army and you're at basic for 3 months and you don't jack off, you might get some of the same benefits, but it's not the same because it's not a conscious effort to conquer the demon of lust. That's actually what we're doing. So when I say things like semen retention, I'm not talking about holding in cum for 34 days and then fighting with yourself the entire month. I'm talking about conquering the demon on day 1 and then the days don't matter. So you'll notice, like, when you go to like a Reddit NoFap Reddit or something like that, the subreddit, guys, I've been in this shit for years. If you go to the NoFap subreddit, everybody's counting how many days they have. You get a little thing next to your name, 300 days, 10 days. Oh, I relapsed today. They're not conquering the demon. They're counting the days and hoping for the best and thinking that willpower is going to prevail. That's not how it fucking works. Guys, you have to conquer something within yourself, and I'm going to explain to you how to do that. So first of all, obviously, because the video was so long and it was extremely dense, that's why they filmed it, I'm not going to be able to iterate everything to you that the Freemason said in the video, but I am going to be telling you 2 things. 1, you could separate ejaculation from orgasm. I'm not saying don't jack off. I'm not saying don't have sex. I'm saying do not come. Do you understand? Maintain your semen. Now, I will say this. I have not personally had sex and not had an orgasm since I was like 20. And then I had an addiction to pornography. But now I've broken that addiction and I have not tried this practice. It is extremely difficult and that actually takes an insane amount of willpower to stop yourself before you have an orgasm. So you could look this up. You could look up the non-ejaculating orgasm. I think it's called an NEO. You could look up the practice. It's ancient. It's been around for thousands of years. It's not bullshit. Oops, sorry, water bottle fell. It's not bullshit. I'm not making this shit up. It's been around for generations, literally, and people have been doing this for ages. The reason you haven't heard about it is because there are forces greater than you and me that want to destroy the male substance. They want to kill you, okay? They want to destroy the country from the inside out without killing the people. So what they'll do is they'll kill their souls. Guys, the music you listen to, or fuck the bitch, whoop the whoop, the influencers you see with all this money, talking about all the hoes they're getting. Have you ever noticed? It's small influencers like me that are telling you to not come. These motherfucking retards with all this money. I'm not saying having money is a bad thing, but I am saying being an influential brat is a bad thing. When you have this influence, you cannot purport demonism. So what I'm saying is, like, guys, there's not going to be many big people telling you to hold in your sperm, guys. It's just not. It's going to be these small niche YouTubers like me with 1,000 subscribers sitting in my mom's room upstairs telling you about this shit, okay? Hold your semen in. So this is what you do. So if you have an active porn addiction, where do we fucking start? And also, sorry, there's a lot of information in my head. So you can separate ejaculation from orgasm. It takes practice, it takes effort, and it takes conscientiousness. I'm not saying don't jack off. I jack off. You can jack off. Just don't come. It's actually better. Bro, there's been plenty of times I've like almost gotten there and then gone to the gym. You feel incredible. Anyways. So boom, boom, non-ejaculatory orgasm. But also, think about what semen is. So semen, dude, is literally the thing, one of the only things in this earth that us mammals use to create life, okay? If it can create life, it can also take life away. And so what does this mean? Again, the Freemason explains it better. Guys, if you jack off and come, you are losing literal life force, which means if you maintain that life force, you will actually, and I didn't believe this when he told me this, I know it sounds insane, you will literally heal your own body from ailments. Motherfucker, I have never felt so locked in. I have never felt so focused. I have never felt so aligned. And I'll tell you why. It's because this is kind of what you look like when you are jacking off, right? This is you. And then I wish I had, the iPad. I didn't really feel like turning it on and doing all that shit. Okay, so think about it. This is you right now. You're on this path going forward. Again, if you haven't seen my video on what God is using a diagram, this path is straight. This is forward, and we're going towards good and natural progression. This is you on this path, right? When you jack off, this pulls you over here. And now it's difficult to align the other things in your life because you are off. You don't really, it's difficult. So let's say you want to get here, but your line is like this. It's like, well, you're kind of all over the place in the alignment. You have to fix yourself, and then it's a lot easier to see other things because you're not off kilter. Bro, if you're off kilter, you feel off kilter. So you have to align yourself first, straighten it out. Bro, it's like driving a fucking car with a fucked alignment. It's like walking with a bum ankle. You're thinking about the ankle. You're not, it's you know what I'm saying? If you just sprained your ankle and you're trying to walk around the store and buy a bunch of shit, you're going to be thinking about how bad your ankle hurts. You're not going to be thinking about what you should be buying as much. Maybe you'll think about it, but like you won't be as present in the store because your ankles hurt. You won't be as present in the road. You won't be relaxing, enjoying the music when your alignment's off because you'll be focusing on not swerving off the fucking road. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to align yourself before you do other shit. Because if you're out of alignment, you could do something that's not within your own alignment. And that's never good for you. I understand I'm speaking in abstracts. That's how I have to talk about these things because I don't know your life. You know what I'm saying? So when I say you're this and that, I don't know what it is. It could be anything. Okay, but this is applicable to everybody, especially men. So, dude, like, so I've ran experiments where I'll go to social events. I'll go to like these social events, and then I won't jack off for like 30 days. And then I'll bust a nut. And then that night, I'll feel completely different, and I'll feel completely different for the following 6 or 7 days. It takes 7 days for testosterone to return to baseline, let alone above, right? So baseline is 7 fucking days. So if you jack off every 3 days, you've never been at baseline. You know what I mean? So this is what I felt when I have ran these experiments. I go to salsa socials. I'm interacting with women every social, 3-4 times a week. I'm getting very close and intimate with these women. You're dancing. You're damn near right here. You're dancing. You're doing a bunch of shit. And to dance, you have to be very confident. You can go down in these videos and see where the fuck I'm dancing at. And so when you dance, you have to be confident in the moves because you're leading the woman through the moves. That's why I like dancing, because I like fucking leading and I like telling girls what to do. I can't lie to you. You know what I'm saying? So, and I like the dynamic of the dance. So when I'm leading the girls through the move, I have to have the confidence of, I'm going to do this move correctly. I'm not going to hurt the girl and things like this. I feel less present in the dance. I feel less confident in my abilities, and I feel less sure about what move I'm going to do next if I've recently had an orgasm. If I've recently ejaculated. Again, separate. You can separate them. If I've recently ejaculated and lost my life force, literally, I feel mentally different. And it's congruent because I've ran this experiment multiple times. And so if I wait, like right now, dude, I know what's going on. I know what I want. I know where I'm gonna take her. And the thing about salsa is, like, these things are congruent with real life. So if I can't lead in the dance, I can't lead a bitch in real life either. You just can't. And I'm not saying to say you have to know how to dance. I'm saying, like, for me, it could be anything. But for me, like, I know that if I can't lead the girl in the dance, there's no chance I'm leading a girl in real life. I know that if I'm not confident in the dance and the moves I'm doing, there's no way I'm confident in the real life and what choices I'm making. And the thing is, guys, these are subconscious truths. They're present in the dance and the moves because I could actually see what's going on. But if you jack off, you don't really feel, you kind of feel it, but you can't really tell. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a subconscious process. So this is also true. If you've convinced yourself, everything he's saying is bullshit, I feel the same. Yeah, you consciously probably feel the same, but you have two minds. You have a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. Your conscious mind thinks you're fine because it doesn't interact with the unconscious mind and has the ability to be able to interpret everything that's happening. Or else you would be literally a psychic. You'd be a psychic and a monk if you were able to do that. But the main way your unconscious mind communicates with you is through dreams and through the reflection of other people and, videos. So like when I film a video like this and I watch it back, I'm seeing my unconscious mind as I, enter speech flow state. But guys, like, I know for sure that I change when I come, like when I actually ejaculate. So I know for sure, especially because I've tried it so many times. Well, not so many times, but you know what I'm saying? I've tried it and seen the truth so many different times. It's like, why ever ejaculate? So here's the question. Why ever ejaculate unless you're trying to have a kid? You can have sex without ejaculating. Like, what's the point? I mean, it slows you down. It kills your motivation. It kills your confidence. It alters your decision making. It doesn't even feel that good for that long. It's what, 30, maybe 20, 30 seconds. And then you destroy your life for 6 days. And I know I'm saying destroy, but it's like, dude, you're not at your full potential. You're not. And it's like, what's the point of living if you're not at your full potential? I don't understand. I actually don't understand. And I will admit, I was the porn addict. I was jacking off. Come in. Oh, well, there's no studies. It's bullshit. There's people that are telling me that I need to come every 19 days so I don't get prostate cancer. I need to jack off because blah, blah, blah. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's not real. It's not fucking real. You don't have to. Your life will fucking exponentially get better if you hold in your semen. So here's the truth. The truth is, if you've never tried to do this, it's going to be notoriously difficult. I'm telling you from experience, it is going to be so fucking hard to hold in your cum and not jack off and to do all this shit. It's so hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. And guys, the truth is, by the way, it's not a willpower thing. You're not going to willpower your way through it. You have to reach for something higher. You understand? You have to reach for the greater fucking good. Because when you're in your bed at night on day 8 and you're thinking about this video and you think about everything that I'm saying and you think he's right but this, he's right but that, he's right but this, I'll jack off this one time, I'll throw it away, it's not going to kill me, blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit in your mind. That's the addiction talking to you. That's what that sounds like. That's what an addiction sounds like. That's what it sounds like. It's not a big deal. I'll do it one more time. Blah, blah, blah. I have control. It's just one night. It's been 8 days. That's what addiction sounds like. You understand? All you have to do is make it a second longer. A second longer. Don't think about the shit. Don't tempt yourself. Don't look shit up. Fucking, if you do get tempted, get up and do shit. Here's the truth as well. You're not supposed to suppress your sexual energy. You're not supposed to suppress that shit. You're supposed to move it in different directions. So this is what will happen too. If you sit for 14 days and you don't come, but you also don't explore creation and you don't get up and move whenever you feel those urges, you will fold every time. You have to get up and do shit. The point of sexual energy, partly to fuck, right? Partly to make kids, but also partly for creation. Brother, you will never think clear if you hold it in. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. So, bro, this is how I beat it. I'm going to describe you specifically how I overcame my own addiction to pornography and ejaculation. I'm going to tell you the steps I took, bro. I'm going to tell you. Bro, I was jacking off to the weirdest shit when I was 16. The weirdest shit. And low-key in my early 20s, the weirdest fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that I don't really want people I know in real life to see on this fucking video. So I'm not going to say that shit. That's between me and whoever. You know what I'm saying? But it was bad, bro. It was bad and weird. And it was something that was, an ailment to my spirit and soul, bro. So when I overcame this shit, it meant a lot to me. So I'm going to tell you this shit. And if you made it this far in the video, congratulations. I'm going to be really laying the sauce down. So number one, you have to actually identify the issue. If you have like childhood trauma or something like that, I'm not going to lie to you. That's a demon that you're going to have to conquer yourself. That's something you're going to have to figure out. I never got molested as a kid. I never got unreasonably beat. I got beat, but not unreasonably beat. My parents didn't have demons inside them, I don't think. And so, if you have a different childhood than me, I had a decent childhood. Your issues could be underlying. If you're jacking off to assault, or if you find sexual gratification in a woman getting attacked. I'm not saying that something is wrong with you, but I am saying that you have things that you have to address that I personally cannot help you with. Okay, so the things I had to address was I felt a sense of worthlessness because I don't really know. I just one, I was like, well, why not? I'll just jack off. Everybody's jacking off. What's the big deal? And two, it's it's free, it's easy, it's pleasure. There's no interacting with the woman. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying, court her and shit. I could just look and nut. Okay? And it seems very pleasing. Guys, it's not. It's bad for you long term. You have to hold it in. Okay? So this is what I did. So first of all, you delete all the things that tempt you. So you figure out what tempts you. And by the way, this process might take a year. It might take a year and a half. It might take 6 months. It might take 2 weeks. But do not get discouraged. Progress is progress. 1% is 1%. Okay? For me, it took a fucking long time. It took I think in total maybe 6 months to a year. and I was clean, right? But the thing is, once I was clean, everything in my life started to improve. That's why I'm giving you the sauce. So, bro, first, you figure out what causes you to jack off. So I had triggers. It was like when I saw some crazy shit on Instagram, when I saw something that insinuated sex, when I saw something in a show, see a hot girl on TikTok, see some OnlyFans model, go to her profile on Twitter, oh, she's naked, ooh, time to check it out. And I'm not saying I don't, I go peep. I'll go, oh, yeah, she's a hoe, cool, nice tits, move on with my life. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't affect me. And so here's the truth. If you see that shit and you go, oh, I have no choice but to jack off now because I'm so aroused, that's something you have to fix. My brother in Christ, you have to have control over your body, over your corporeal body. There is no choice there, bro. You have to have control over your body. If your body has control over your mind, you have not reached your full potential yet. You just haven't. Your mind exists separate from the body, bro. Your body should not have control over your mind. You exist in this vessel. You're supposed to use this. Use it. It's not supposed to use you. You are up here. You're not this. This is a body. This can change. You know what I'm saying? You could lose a limb tomorrow. I could get in a car crash tonight and lose my legs. My mind will still be the fucking same. You know what I'm saying? So boom, so I had that thought. And on day 8, I was lying on the floor. I swear to God, I was sleeping on the floor because I like sleeping on the floor sometimes. So I wasn't like homeless, but I enjoy sleeping on the floor sometimes, right? So I was sleeping on the floor, right? And I sat there and I was like, dude, I really want a nut right now. I'm doing nothing. I have these thoughts in my mind that are plaguing me. This is pathetic. I sat there and I thought, this is fucking pathetic. I want to jack off so bad, and it's plaguing me, dude. And so I thought, no, I'm better than my body. I'm going to beat it. I'm going to sleep. And I sat there and I prayed, and I was like, bro, something give me strength. Give me the strength to beat this shit. I got a fucking reminder. I said, give me the fucking strength to beat this shit. I got the strength. I went to sleep. I woke up and I said, so it's possible. I said, so it's possible to beat my body. And I said, okay, how long can I beat it? And I went 31 days. And then after that, I did 39 days. And then I fucking was trying to do like the whole non-ejaculatory orgasm thing. Ended up having an ejaculation with the orgasm. And so I was like, well, shit. And then I got to start over. And that was 31 days ago. So I did 39 days. Now I'm trying to do till February 19th because that'll be 3 months. And that's when I think, like, I already have superpowers, but it's like, that's what you're supposed to be at. It's like, bro, that's the default. 3 months not jacking off is the default. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how long in history have people been sitting in their rooms with their cock in their hands? How long has that been going on? Since the Crusades? Since the Roman Empire? I mean, what are we talking about? Change your mind. Change your mind. So watch that video in the description. Check it out. And I'm telling you the truth. I've never lied in this video once. Not one time. Okay? Thanks for watching.